Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm Milena,
Hola.
and we're watching Sopranos.
13.
Yes,
Oh my god, 13 and 14, maybe even 15.
potentially. Yes, I have faith in us.
I have less faith in us, but like,
Somehow,
it's up to us.
Somehow I feel like today is the day.
For Sopranos, God, I love
Yes.
today. Literally couldn't be more excited. I like watching Sopranos in like...
Groups.
Yes, because like now it feels like one episode is not enough.
And yet, in my opinion, one episode is more than enough considering how
Well, everything that's
how
happening.
little episode we have left. You know what I mean?
No, wait, yes. Because like in that, we're gonna be done in like 3 filmings.
True.
God, that doesn't make sense.
13, 21.
That's shocking.
Yeah. We put
Suggestion
box, yes, for next shows.
I don't know what's
So many
gonna be on the
comments,
poll.
honestly.
God, we have to go through it. We have to like sit down and go through it.
Yes.
And like see shows that
the thing is, like, I
have interest and that we want to watch.
Yes, I think like because like I don't think I got any new show.
No, nothing
because,
that we didn't know about.
A lot of comments have been about short shows.
Yes.
Like a lot of comments.
Yes, I see like, and which I get. Like we could place Ender in the longer show slot, just because like it's gonna take a bit, you know. But it's a long show slot.
Yeah, honestly, because like if we were to place Ender in a longer show, I would place it before season 3 to have a longer with it. Like it makes more sense to me because like next season is also gonna be probably 10 episodes, you know.
Yeah.
Like right now, putting 20 episodes for a longer show, we have never done that.
Yeah.
You know, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like we have put
It's just gonna have to...
Cora that have 50 episodes as a short show. You know what I mean?
No, like Ender is on the list. It's just the short show slot. We have Invincible, then The Last of Us. Then after Last of Us, I think The Bear is gonna come out. And then, is there anything else that could come out?
Maybe, not that I know.
Well, at that point, then Ender can take that slot.
Potentially, I don't know.
So like that's when it's time for Ender. But yeah, there was a lot of suggestions. By the comments, it seems like Mad Men should take the spot. Every time we post a poll, though, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, but like definitely seems like Ender is a favorite at this point.
Ender?
Not Ender. Mad Men has by far the most comments.
Yeah.
And I saw some people saying that like it's a long show, but like honestly, I like that.
I like
listen,
this flew by. This does not feel
show, and
good.
I feel like we just finished it immediately.
Literally.
Like we started yesterday and we now finished it. So I don't mind having longer shows.
Me neither.
Honestly, I'm watching them twice a week.
Perfect. I like the longer the better.
Exactly.
I remember being shocked like how long Hunter x Hunter was.
Like this.
God, I can have
literally
every
like,
Hunter x Hunter.
Literally like this.
This is not an invitation to say One Piece. That's not happening.
No, that's not happening. This sounds like something episode or like Naruto or something like that.
This is not happening.
Yeah.
No.
Like not 300 episodes,
No.
but like 100 is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion as well.
God, what did I expect
see.
for this? I wouldn't even know what to tell you. We are potentially in a war. Could be in a war. I mean, Phil, actually, like, I thought he was gonna be resentful after he came out of the hospital. But, like, the last thing that he said, I believe, is like, you know, I'm gonna concentrate on kids and the family. So I don't know if actually he's gonna do that. Or if he's just saying that.
You never know.
I never know.
Lovely.
So, like...
I
But
don't
that's,
know
you
them
know,
enough.
because no, but like that is, let's say, a looming threat that I had for Tony, like Phil and the rest of the group. So I think we can see that to see if that is going to be a threat or no or something else.
What I also mostly expect in this season are to see AJ's storyline, how it progresses, and also Chris's storyline, and like
yes, because his
Chris's
girlfriend
relationship with
Juliana.
Yeah, Chris's relationship with Tony, like how where it's gonna go, you know, how it's gonna end, and things like that. So those are the things that like I expect in every episode to have a bit of.
Yeah, I feel like there's too many things happening, and we don't have too many episodes to go.
Yeah.
So I'm really not sure what we're gonna do. We have to cover a lot of ground. So, we could play this.
Let's watch. Let's see.
What?
Did you see the picture?
No, what was in the picture? What was in the
Then
picture?
nothing. And I'm gonna tell you because like I saw.
A picture of what?
Of the episode.
This one?
Yes.
I thought like it was
a
the
bit of
guy.
shocking
I thought it
picture.
was the guy. I literally just saw everything through. I just pressed
That's
play.
good.
But I thought I saw the picture of the guy that with Silvio killed the other guy, like the one that looks to me like Hal Bundy.
No, didn't see the picture of him.
What was shocking about this picture? No, it's like you don't know, and I don't know. I don't like that. It's called Stage 5.
Yes, but like I don't know why they would spoil something like that in the.
What did they spoil?
Doesn't matter. You're gonna see it.
I thought like because like when I clicked, there was pictures of everything. It's like I thought you maybe saw a picture of something else.
No. I only saw a picture of this episode.
Is it a character?
Yeah. You wanna guess?
No. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, it's called Stage 5.
Yes.
The Stage 5 of cancer, 5 stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only Stage 5 that I would know.
Honestly, I didn't even know the cancer. I thought stage 4 is the last stage of cancer. You know what I mean?
Oh, it might be. I don't know actually.
It might not be, but like that's what I thought.
I thought somehow it had 5 stages.
It probably does.
And the 5th stage is like dying out.
Maybe that makes sense.
Because it's Stage 5 for everyone here. You know what I mean?
I understand.
But like 5th stage of grief is acceptance.
I don't think so.
No one's reaching acceptance
No,
here
I don't
in
think
anything.
so. No, it's cancer stage 5. Makes sense. I just didn't know that
Yeah.
it does. But it's probably dying. I'm shocked.
What? I'm like trying to figure out, is someone dead? Is it like, who did we not see for a while? I literally have no idea who would make you shocked.
Let me just tell you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you. Why would I
No,
spoil
don't tell me,
it?
don't tell me. But how did I not
Can I tell you
see?
something?
No. Don't tell me anything. How did I not see it though? That's the part that I don't understand.
In my opinion, it took you a while to get to the episodes.
I was just in my mind, I was thinking about who edits what episodes that we're filming today. And so I was like clicking it, not really, I wasn't paying attention to what I clicked.
Yeah. And I, because it took you a while, could not see. You know what I mean?
But like the thing that you saw in the page, I have to stop asking you questions.
I'm just curious what you're gonna ask.
Well, because I first thought that you just like saw someone that you would shock to be seeing.
No.
You just saw something like someone with a gunshot, let's say, or something, or like someone same with like Ziggy pointing a gun. Is it like that type of a thing?
Sure.
So like it's someone that like could be dying.
Yes.
I don't know who this person is. What? What is it like? How do I not know? Or
No,
you don't know
no.
either?
I don't know either. It's just that I, for a second, thought.
I don't know what Tony's dad looks like. I thought there was
No,
like
it's
a
not.
flashback. What? Is this a dream? This is a dream.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck is
To the
this?
chop shop, Eugene.
Oh
It's a movie.
God, what the fuck is it called?
You can't kill me twice, Sally boy. I'm already fucking dead, remember? Even the girl I loved?
What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine.
Cleaver.
Imagine saying that to the.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
What was this?
This is mine too, Sally.
Yeah, God, the
It's gonna
hand
be
is
yours.
a cleaver. That's so creepy.
Now you can have it.
This is not good. This is not good.
But like, who can watch this smiling? You know what I mean?
Psychopaths. I was so confused. I was like, first, who's Frankie?
Totally.
Took him to fucking acting school. Very well directed, Morgan.
Let's say Danny
I think there's
Baldwin.
potential.
Yeah.
Because I thought the guy looked like Baldwin Brothers.
Oh,
or
it might be
something
the
like
Baldwin
that.
brother. I don't know.
Like, just looks like somebody who
I tend to agree with
is
Carlo.
Baldwin.
I'm thinking one more sexy kill.
When Michael follows Centrella to the strip club,
One more
what
sexy
if
kill.
he chop up one of the women?
Who, as fate would have it, was at one time Sally Boy's mistress.
Yeah, T, what's up? You talked to the guy with the air mattresses?
Just saw to cut a Cleaver.
And? Awesome as is. The lawyer called.
Doesn't
We
even
might have
know
to
what
change
it
the
is.
title.
They're
The Eldridge
listening to
Cleaver
you.
estate, they want an injunction. Just call this dispatch, yeah? It's a holiday weekend. Thousands of people be out.
The way he does not
Come on.
care or listen to you.
You coming down?
Please. You don't give two shits about production.
Exactly.
He don't give two
She's
shits about me.
anything. Exactly.
Surprising to me.
Mr. Sacramone, how are you today?
Is that for you to tell me?
I wish I had better news. Based on the latest pictures, the cancer has continued to metastasize from the lungs. We now show masses in the mediastinal lymph nodes, both kidneys, and the brain.
See, that's what I saw.
Alex.
Like him in a hospital, like with all this and
So
shaved head.
the lobectomy, radiation, the goddamn chemo. What was all that?
Those were our options at the time. At this point, we're looking at stage 4 small cell carcinoma of the lungs.
And there's no stage.
So then when I read,
There's
there is
no
no
stage
stage
5. Okay,
five.
but then stage 5 just means death.
How long?
Difficult to say. I have seen miracles over the years.
Forget the miracles.
3 months.
I can tell you this gives me no pleasure. I want this for everyone else.
Yeah, but like, he's getting his as
Thank you
well.
for your candor. We have a plane.
They just are like,
Yeah.
see, I didn't get myself so spoiled. It happened in like first 2
Yeah.
minutes.
I quit smoking after 38 years.
Huh.
Exercise. Eat right.
Huh.
One by one.
Oh, yes, my girl. How are you, sweetie? Hey.
Could he, like, if he has 3 months to live, like, could he get,
I don't think so.
I don't like, die at home?
What did Rosen say?
Are you gonna tell them or not?
How's the hotel? You all settled in? How you, Angel? You look beautiful.
I'm good. Eric sends his love.
That's not.
John, what about Rosen?
I don't know. I'm very, very sick.
Oh my god.
Don't cry. You don't have to make it any harder than it is, huh?
No physical contact, please.
I love you, John.
He's gonna go home. No physical contact.
For the love of God, he's dying.
Ladies, no contact.
He's dying.
You come back. You see me again tomorrow. We have more time, huh?
God, the fucking dehumanization in jail.
Good night, bum, my love.
It's casual though, right?
Well, it's your cousin's movie premiere. We should dress accordingly.
You taking a date to the screening?
If I can meet a normal guy, maybe. I heard that.
If I can meet normal guy or not.
It wasn't normal.
I don't intend to discuss Ben.
What about that guy in your M camp?
Screw the movie. I just want to hang with celebs.
Why? You think you're gonna get to sleep with Paris Hilton?
What? No.
What's happening?
Meow.
You two have a fight?
I don't know.
You should be on heparin.
Excuse me?
Listen to him. Check his ABG.
I'm gonna have to ask you again to not interfere a word.
I'm gonna change your sheets.
So what are you, the world's smartest orderly?
These days I am.
He's gonna
22
go-
years of practicing oncologist, specializing in cancers of the liver. Let me spare us the awkwardness. I killed my wife. It's any justification. I had reason to suspect she was cheating on me. Granted, I was abusing cocaine at the time and alcohol, but came home one day, shot her 4 times, twice in the head. I killed her aunt too, and the mailman. At that point, I had to fully commit. Why are you here exactly?
It appears to be part of a certain Italian-American subculture.
I know who you are. I meant, what's wrong with you?
Lungs.
Mind if I take a look at your chart?
What about Gungadin?
Oh, you've seen Rosen.
They let me fly to Cleaver, you know?
I saw him speak once at an ASCO conference in Georgia. Good man. Actually, very few people know this, but he really can't walk on water. What was his prognosis?
3 months.
With the treatment you've had, you got a window of 1 to 3 years.
What about the metastasis?
2 rounds of paraplatin, docetaxel, and platinol, concurrent with radiation. Come on, any cancer inside you slowed to a crawl.
Why is he so fucking negative?
We tell a patient 3 months, he lives a year. Who looks like a hero?
I mean, you have been in jail for 22 years. I'm gonna assume that, like, you know, like, we have more information in medicine and, like, I don't know.
No, I'm gonna assume, considering the episode is called Stage 5,
Yeah.
that he dies in this episode, so...
You're around Port Newark often enough. We're concerned about what might come through there from the Middle East.
If you or any of your people ever heard of anything going down, Middle Easterners, Pakistanis, you'd be helping us a lot if you let us know.
I think there's only 2 guys that look like they're from Middle East or something.
Something to keep in mind.
Remember, and I don't know why, like, we kept seeing them. Remember in the club?
Maybe.
They're the only 2 people that I know. That...
Last time I'm going down for the paper. You tell that fucking Pollock to get here early and bring up the paper with her. Or she can go clean somebody else's fucking toilet.
What happened?
Imagine going.
It's too dangerous. I've been for years.
Imagine you're just like cleaning a kitchen, you know,
Literally.
husband who goes out and the paper comes back
Last time.
screaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-EP, Christopher Moltisanti, and our director, Morgan Yang.
I know you're all psyched to see the movie, so I'm not gonna give a big speech here. I just wanna give a shout out to the man who, without him, this whole thing would be impossible. Where is he? Anthony Soprano, everybody. All right, come on. Once he came on board, the whole thing fell together. I love you guys.
Oh my god, how much time has passed?
Yeah, I mean, you can,
Jesus,
you can
yeah, I
feel
know.
the time.
And hope you like the movie.
Fucking son of a...
Find where this Pet Levante is, and you bring him to the butcher shop. We're gonna find pieces of this kid all over fucking canal.
It's him. this is the everything. It's him.
I'm sure he's fine, sweetie.
But like he kills him. At the
Yeah,
end.
he kills him.
The wedding's in 2 days.
Who? The Guatemala? What time is he gonna be there?
I mean, he's a good kid. What you need is a man.
Is it supposed to be Adriana?
Tell her to put it in the trunk.
Rose trying to stay awake.
That's what I was thinking, uncomfortable. If she said second ago, like, this is you.
Dad, that was neat at the end.
What? What? I'll give you what? Come here. Fucking boss down in the cellar, white band robe. Where'd you get that?
I don't know. Artistic choice.
I'm very proud. Whatever else happens, you made a movie, Christopher. Nobody can take that away. 100 years from now, we're dead and gone. People will be watching this fucking thing.
You know how much Imperial vodka I scored just from this party alone?
He will be on his deathbed trying to please him.
The family of early man.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? You getting enough to eat? Brian Raleigh, U.S. Marshal Service. Terms of your bail confine you to your home, sir.
Then? Yeah.
Follow fucking lawyer!
Excuse us. Excuse us.
Imagine telling the police, leave him alone, you bastards.
What is a party without a few arrests?
There he is.
Oh.
Spoke to Ginny. She's a wreck. John's in the cancer ward. She's down the road in some fucking motel.
All in all, we're lucky fucks. I tell myself that every day. So now you're back, how about you straighten that family out?
Not for me, Anthony. Obviously, health-wise, being a boss is a young man's game.
Between the joint fitters and the carpenters, those envelopes are light over 10% each week. Well, word on the street is Jerry's a favor to take over.
It's my protege. I don't stand in his way.
Oh, there's your ringing endorsement. Hey, Tony,
If you're Phil Leotardo, you cannot be happy with the state of affairs.
So we were discussing the apparent mob power vacuum here in New York City. Are you shocked that there's still no successor to John Sacramone?
Yeah, Phil Leotardo is the logical successor, but
You
of
also
course,
have Gerardo Jerry Toshiano. Then,
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Carmine Lupertazzi Jr.
I was about to, Manny, before you interrupted.
In fact, if you take a look at my
Oh.
The Santoro thing. I called it a year ago.
Thank you for covering it.
This is gonna be the talk of like take care of the family.
Reason I asked you here today. She's a bright kid, your sister. For business, my life insurance, I want to put her on a monthly stipend.
Probably a good idea.
But if I do only have a few months, I want to take care of all this now. How will that be remembered?
A wonderful husband, a loving father.
Depending on who you ask, I think.
From what I know, you were well liked, John. Respected across the board. Despite the allocution, God knows guys have actually named names for a hell of a lot less than what you were looking at. The only negative, when Carmine died and you took over, people felt you changed. Became a little trigger happy, maybe. A hothead.
God forbid any of them would find themselves in that position. It's a thankless job. A tough prick, that woman.
What about the girlfriend?
What girlfriend?
The Cleaver guy, the lead character, his entire motive for revenge.
I don't know, you lost me, Con.
Sally Boy, the boss, he fucked the guy's fiance.
The thing with Adriana? I told you we're never fucking happy.
Well, apparently your nephew feels otherwise. Ro pointed it out to me, but if she saw it, that means other people did.
It's a movie. It's fictional.
It's a revenge fantasy, Tony, which ends with the boss's head split open by a meat cleaver.
It never even crossed his mind.
Good time last night. So, what do you think of the movie? You know, Chrissy's the last person I would have confused with Marty.
She around? Chrissy? Nah. Don't come around here no more, you know that.
So, Kelly, the baby.
Good. Fucking great. She's a doll. She cries a lot, though.
I hope you're taking the time to reflect on all this. Savor the good stuff.
Yeah. No, I am.
The way this guy's speaking looks like he's about to kill Chrissy.
Think where you were just 3 months ago. You came into that meeting, you were so fucked up you could barely talk. And that woman friend was even worse.
I've been trying to do what you said. Pull back a little. Steer clear of old habits, same people.
Must be hard, though. Give me a lifestyle.
They already misinterpret I don't want to hang around so much.
Have you explained how hard it is to be around alcohol? How familiar surroundings set it off?
They don't give a fuck.
They do not.
They literally do not give a fuck.
There you are. We went... John, what the hell are you doing? You're smoking.
Stop.
Daddy, you're on oxygen.
Pardon me, I'm sorry. Just calm down, all right?
Calm down. I don't fucking believe you.
What do I got to lose, Jen? What's the difference?
You told me Dr. Feldman doesn't agree with the others.
Yeah, well,
Miracles do happen, John.
not to this family, they don't.
You know, it's that kind of attitude that probably brought this on in the first place.
What about all these 6-year-olds with leukemia? What's that from? All that negative thinking?
All due respect, he's a great guy, Doc, but boss material. Important things, we all work together. He lost his balls, is what I'm saying?
Say it then. Walt fucking Whitman. What's the name of the Sangiovese we had at Quattrogatti? Did you...
What just
Give
happened?
me 5 times a piece on St. Louis,
What just happened?
Minnesota, Baltimore.
I was like, why did the voice cut out? I did not. I was
the
not
second I
registering.
saw blood, like I understood, but like...
Is it like one of them that wants to be boss? Is
I
it
think
you?
so.
Billy Cheesesteak. What the fuck, Carmine? This family of yours. I could see now Doc Santori uses one of my guys as a diversion. Still could have got hurt.
Doc showed a lack of respect.
Step up, Carmine. Get your hands around this thing. You know you got the support.
Somehow Carmine seems to me like
You never thought you'd mutter those words, did you?
the least likely person to be boss.
I hear you, Tony, and I'm flattered. But boss, I don't think so. Especially now that Doc has cemented his position.
Phil was bad enough in the top spot, but him I could have lived with.
There was a time I was obsessed with being in charge. You remember.
Right, so do it.
One night around then, I had this dream. It's my pop's 100th birthday, even though he'd been dead for years. The whole family's there, grandkids, everything. I give him his present, this mellifluous box, ribbons. He opens it up, then looks at me. This gaze of absolute disappointment. There's nothing in the box. So he hands it back to me. Go fill it up, he says. Come back when I'm 200.
So go for it, Carmine. Fulfill that part of yourself.
Nicole comes up with the drink. She says, darling, I think it's time you took a rest. I say, we're gonna take a vacation. She says, that's not what I meant. I don't want to be the wealthiest widow on Long Island. I want you to quit. Now, I'm not ashamed to say that she made me cry. That wonderful, loving woman. That dream with my father, the empty box. It's about being boss. It's about being happy.
An interesting development from Carmine.
Tony does not understand what
Tony
he's talking about.
is so
Oh, she
confused.
knows something.
How's he doing? Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you about the smoking. Psychologically, when a person's told they're dying, it's the ultimate loss of control.
To hear him wheeze like that.
I know it doesn't make any sense. I do know he's a leader. I suspect smoking on some level is an attempt to die as he lived, in total control.
Are you gonna talk about
Yeah, are you gonna
the
say something?
movie?
You know, I gotta be honest, I am very disappointed at what you did.
What are you talking about?
Shut the
The
fuck
movie.
up, please.
The boss sleeping with the other guy's fiance?
What?
Please, like that wasn't based on Tony and Aid?
What? No. Carmela, I didn't even write it.
Story by Christopher Moltisanti. Isn't that what it said up there on the screen?
Yeah, but that's just for the Writers Guild health insurance.
Oh, really?
Come on, you can't be serious. She's an Oriental, for Christ's sake.
Have you heard from Aid lately?
No. Why would I hear from her?
Would it be so surprising?
She left me for some other guy.
Is it any wonder? Her poor mother is so upset she's practically delusional. She's convinced herself that Aid is dead.
Her mother's an alkie. You know that.
Regardless, Christopher.
My cousin, and I love you, Carmela, but I don't like what you're inferring here.
Keep forgetting that they're the ones that are related.
With how I treated Adriana.
It's hard to breathe.
I'll talk to Gupta. See if I can get him to up the Beckler. I won't lie to you. Aggressiveness surprises me. I gotta concur with Rosen.
Who is it? You don't answer your phone? The ringer. It's the middle of the night.
Hi, what's wrong?
Nothing, sweetie. It's fine. Go back to sleep. The whole sequence with Sally Boy banging the fiance. You gotta tell Tony that was your idea.
Wasn't my idea.
What are you, fucking stupid now? He probably thinks I put it in there to embarrass.
Why did you put it in there?
It was an idea. I don't know. Who knows where they fucking... Isaac Newton invented gravity because some asshole hit him with an apple.
It's bad enough that I don't get credit for my own ideas. Now I'm supposed to take responsibility for some shit that's gonna get me in trouble? Fuck that, man. Socially redeeming.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Look out the window. You see a fucking Hollywood sign out there? Maybe you talk to your agent like that, but don't ever get fucking snippy on me again.
God.
Looking for Chris. I'm supposed to meet him.
Here?
He doesn't come here.
The thing is, he left me a message. Couldn't Verizon. Mind if I wait? So, what'd you think of Cleaver?
Oh, it's good.
How are you gonna put it in like...
As a writer, you can never tell, you know. You come up with an idea.
Subtly.
You know how he likes he's gonna respond. I mean, just because I like something I think of doesn't mean anyone else will. The boss, Sally Boy, for example. His whole persona. I stole that from Broderick Crawford and Born Yesterday.
What's that?
Garson Kane in 1950. It's terrific. William Holden falls in love with Crawford's girlfriend, played by Judy Holliday.
The black girl, the singer.
That's Billie Holiday.
Although Judy's character in the movie is named Billy too, so I can see why you're confused.
Why would I be confused?
Anyway, Sally Boy character is based on Crawford, sort of a big burly guy. Love triangle, the cuckolding of Michael sleeping with the fiance, very similar to the Holden Holiday dynamic.
So the whole thing was your idea.
And apologies to Garson Kane.
What happened to your head?
What?
Exactly.
Oh, cabinet.
Sure.
If I see Chrissy, tell him you were looking for.
Fucking Paul. Why is he looking at
I don't know.
people
Paul
around
is ridiculous.
Like this is the image of me he lives to the work. Remember when he was born?
John was also asking what images he leave.
An adorable kid, too. Big eyes.
You always talk about him more like a son.
In some ways he was, especially after his dad died. He was little, I used to give him rides. I'd put him in a basket at a butcher pike. I reminded him of that recently. He didn't remember.
But you do.
We had fun. All those memories are for what? All I am to him is some asshole bully.
That is what you are. There's no good memories that's gonna make up for that.
You're hurt.
It's about him, of course.
His dad, Dickie, was like me to him.
A mentor.
What?
Yeah, but more than that, a friend. A fucking guy you could look up to. And the hope is that you pass that shit down. The respect and the love. And all I did for this fucking kid, and he fucking hates me so much.
I'm sure on some level he loves you too.
Yeah? Take that home. Judge for yourself. Last 5 minutes you can answer that question.
I'm not going to do that.
Not a horror fan?
It's what you think that matters.
I think he fucking despises me. It's pretty obvious. Wants to see me dead.
Without invalidating your feelings, is it possible that on some level you're reading into all this?
I mean, he's not. He's correct.
I've been coming here for years. I know too much about the subconscious now.
Honestly, he's such a fascinating character.
Nice and clean like you like them.
Mama, he can't really hear you.
I'm right here by the bed.
He's here.
No, he could be. Sometimes they see people who've passed.
John, look at me, baby.
You can't do that when you're on my fucking team?
This is difficult to watch.
What? This is hard to watch, yes.
Hey, son of
I
a...
agree.
There he is.
The
Next
difficult
respects.
fates to watch have
Where's John?
gotten John and like Junior. You know what I mean? What did he say? I didn't hear.
He passed away this morning.
He's a great guy, John. Sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
You know, he died surrounded by loved ones
Yes.
at least. You all might get just a bullet to your head.
Who were crying
I
for
beat
him.
cancer, but it took him out. Ride the painted pony, let the spinning wheel glide.
I can't know words.
John Shakramone.
He shocks me. He shocks me.
And that
They
is
tell
the-
you a guy died from cancer and your response is he died but I survived it.
I beat the cancer. He's the most like I always think he cannot surprise me anymore, but he surprised me every time.
47th birthday. From now on, his ashes will be right here, so when his friends come to visit, he can see them.
Can you see us now?
Yeah. Leonardo was a great Italian, and that was our name originally, Leonardo. Many years ago, when my grandpa came over from Sicily, they changed it at Ellis Island to Leotardo.
Why did they do that for?
Because they're stupid, that's why. And jealous. They disrespected a proud Italian heritage and named us after a ballet costume.
I don't know, he's the only person I can see like being boss. Are you still mad about your brother? Do you still want revenge?
That cocksucking piece of shit, Tony Soprano's cousin. I can't even say his name. Murdered Billy. And what did I do about it? Sometimes I think it's in my DNA. My family took shit from the Mitigans the minute we got off the boat. Come on, fuck you talking about? Leotardo. That's my fucking legacy.
This whole episode is about legacy.
No more
Yeah.
Butchie. No more of this.
The bloody cops, a bloody king, bloody keep it, bloody play, bloody chiefs, a bloody swine, bloody seller, bloody music, bloody band, bloody weeding,
No
bloody
more of
serve,
this.
bleeding, bloody serve, bloody folks, a bloody
This is now freaking me out. You know, in The Godfather, the christening scene had saw a lot of deaths.
The bloody view is bloody vile, bloody mountain, bloody mile, bloody babies, bloody cry, bloody flowers, bloody die, bloody figures, bloody rock, bloody dreams, bloody
What an ending, honestly.
I like somehow the music makes it sound
Like something's coming.
Yeah.
It makes you now
scared.
Careful. What do we do about this?
Literally.
God, what an interesting episode.
This was a very
depressing. I
yeah.
would say episode.
Like the whole thing with John, like the slow deterioration of like seeing him succumb to cancer, like felt very heavy.
Do you now feel like there is a difference between this and the first half of the season?
What?
Do you now feel like there is?
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like the previous episode was between.
Yeah.
For the switch. Because for previous episode, like you said, bottle episode,
yeah.
They were just in the house, basically.
Yeah.
It was about childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Our favorite topic, you know. So like it somehow didn't feel like a beginning of a new season or something. But like now watching this episode, it was actually the first time that like I felt like the finale is coming.
Yeah.
Honestly. I
agree.
Because it felt depressing. Because like no matter who these people are, and in this case it's especially John.
John's the person from this line of work that like I feel best about.
No, by far the most warmth.
He literally.
By far the most compassion I have for this man.
Yeah.
The most appreciation, love, everything. Again, because he had love for his wife and his kids.
Yeah.
And I don't need much more. You know?
I mean, again, the bar's on the fucking floor. So, like, he stands above.
In some other show, he would be the biggest villain.
Literally.
But in this show, he is the best of all of them.
Literally.
For me. Not by what he has done, because technically by what they have done, Bobby is the best, let's say, of all of them, you know?
Yeah.
Because he has done the least.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's involved, even though he is friends with this man, he is working with this man, he is in this horrible business, you know?
Yeah.
But again, he was also born into this business, just the same as them, you know? But with John, he was not, let's say, not so fucked up like Tony, that he does not feel love in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tony more talks about family, talks about love.
Yeah.
But like he does not have it, in my opinion at least.
Yeah.
And we have seen that in this episode. Like, I'm switching to the subject, we're gonna go back to all of this, but we have seen that in a scene with little Carmine, when little Carmine talked about
that scene was
what he wants from the rest of his life, basically.
That scene was so heavy, and again alluded to like the show coming to an end. Little Carmine honestly really surprised me in this episode, because like I honestly looked at him like an idiot. I don't know, I can't take him seriously.
I honestly don't have any opinion of him. I can't say I looked at him and just like no opinion.
I don't know, like in that point in time when he wanted to be boss, like the way that he was acting, I was like, he somehow, like the way he was speaking, he like spoke as if he had no clue what he's doing. And so like I really didn't think that he was, you know, cut out to be a leader,
which is a good thing.
No, absolutely. But like not in the way that like, oh, I'm just not aggressive. It's just that like I'm gonna kill anyone, but I'm just like too dumb, to figure out who to kill or who not to kill. That's what he seemed like. So like in this episode, when he said that like he thinks the purpose of his life and what he's supposed to be is just like happy and not like chasing this like being the boss or whatever, that really pleasantly surprised me about him. But like
yes,
him saying this to Tony.
But like he said something along the... What did he say about his wife?
Yes, that I thought that as well. That his wife told him, I don't want to be the richest widow in Long Island. And I thought Tony at that point cannot say the same thing about Carmela.
Never.
Like he could not say that thing about Carmela, because...
That was the moment that I... Like first, again, we have seen like Tony is broken, and he's broken because of everything, his life, and like one or like few episodes ago he was talking about his sister and how she doesn't deserve now the glory and everything because like
he's the one that suffered
and who has scars because of it, so like his goal from the start is not to be happy. His goal from the start is to have money and to have the glory because he has suffered. So like he cannot say the same at any point that Carmine is saying. But like honestly, even in that moment when Carmine said that about his wife, like his wife doesn't want to be the richest widow. Again, I think that Tony realized that he cannot say the same. I think he realized that like it's not like that in his family.
Like again, little Carmine was talking about, I think he was seeing his grandfather or something, who like told him to fill up his cup or whatever. And again, Tony immediately took that to mean fill it up with like power and everything, because like that's what he had from his family. But however little Carmine was raised, he believes that his grandfather wants him to be happy, and that's all it is. And again, a complete difference to Tony and what his family is. And like you said with Carmela, he cannot say the same thing that she doesn't want to be the richest widow, because I think even in this episode, the way that she spoke to him about Chris, like kind of, I can't say shocked me, but like there was something surprising about it. Maybe because I'm not used to being so annoyed at Carmela. Like I feel like somehow when like she took on this role, like after she got together with Tony, it feels like we have left any stage of like, let's say, trying or pretending to be a good person or a better person. And watching her in this episode, I was so annoyed at her that like when she is in the scene with Chris, and like I think we have talked about how like throughout the show, let's say, if we take away the kids, I was most sympathetic towards like Carmela and Chris, let's say, as characters in this whole show, but like more so towards Carmela than to Chris. In the scene where she is talking to Chris, I'm like thinking, shut the fuck up. Like, who are you saying this to? She's talking to Tony about like, Chris is portraying you in this type of a way. What do you want Tony to do? Like, why are you telling him this? We know what type of a man Tony is. Like, do you think that, like, this beckons violence? Like, are you warning him about Chris? Like, are you warning him that he should, like, think that Chris is a threat to him because Chris thinks of him in this way? Like, she said, you saw what happens at the end of the movie to you, or whatever. So, like, you don't want to be widow because, like, I don't know what she's thinking when she's
I
saying
don't know.
this.
I think like I do understand where she's coming from, but like again, I think we talked about it, how that detached from her has already happened for me. You know, like since the moment that they got back together.
Yeah.
Since the moment that like she accepted him with the rule of not hearing about what he's doing outside. So like when she was coming to talk to him about that scene, I thought she was gonna come to talk to him because like it's embarrassing for her, because he is cheating on her, and it's portrayed in a movie that he is cheating on her, you know. But like the way that she has put it, she had put more emphasis on Chris, and not on the scene as itself, him cheating on her, you know.
I think she took the anger and embarrassment of like the scene with Tony cheating on him, and that like she was mad at Chris for like putting that in the movie, and thus because she made it seem like look how Chris views you, but or
like,
something.
I also do believe that is coming from the fact that like she cannot pretend she knows what happened with 8, and she thinks Chris killed her. You know, so I also think her detachment from Chris has happened, you know, but she accepted the house and she accepted the money, so she cannot do anything about it.
The hypocrisy is ridiculous.
So like
how dare you go to Chris and like speak something to him about, I'm disappointed in the movie or you or something, whatever, knowing full well who your husband is and what he does. Like, I was so annoyed. I was just so annoyed at her at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but like, I think I understood with the not expectations of being compassionate towards her at all. So like, again, I haven't been for quite some time right now, you know, like definitely 2 seasons at least. So like, I don't have those expectations, you know. But again, considering that she accepted Tony and what he is doing, you know, it makes sense to me in some ways that she's gonna take it out on Chris, because Chris has killed 8. You know, and she does not connect that completely to the business. She connects that to Chris. You know, so like I understand why she would talk to Tony in some ways about it. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
No, I understand what you mean. It's just that, like, again, because I do think it comes from the fact that she was embarrassed. You know, it was not just about, it's not like she acts this way towards Chris every day because of like Adriana. So like she picks and chooses again when it's about her and her embarrassment. And so that just, God, I miss feeling warmth towards people in the show.
That has died for me with Adriana, honestly. I'm not saying I don't feel sympathy or empathy. I do. Like, I feel empathy towards Chris in many episodes. I feel empathy, honestly, towards Tony still to this day in many scenes, in many episodes. I just think he is deeply screwed up man, you know, deeply hurt man, and he's not gonna do anything to change it. He's not gonna accept any of those. So like, he is who he is right now. There is no changing, there is no going back. This is not gonna be the show where he accepts something and try to change himself, you know. So like, I accepted that, but like, I do feel sympathy towards him in many occasions, you know. AJ not to even mention, you know. But like, there is no single character except, let's say, AJ maybe, where I just like feel empathy and I'm rooting for that character at any point. Like, even if I'm feeling empathy towards them, you know, like I can root for Chris in some scenes with Tony, but I do not root for Chris. We saw what he is doing in every single episode. We saw what he is doing in this episode to save his ass, you know. Like, how he uses people, how, like, what he's doing. I know where it comes from, and I do understand that. Like in the scenes with Tony, like, I do feel empathy for him, especially because I think he, at the end of the day, this is a cycle. There is no going back from this, not spell, but like this pull that he feels towards Tony. It's will to make him proud, you know.
Like it's a combination of love and hate, and there's just...
And that was an interesting conversation that we had with Tony and Malfi.
Yes.
That was such an interesting conversation where even Malfi mentioned, like, do you think he I don't know if she said, do you think, but like he hates you and he loves you.
Yeah.
Something along that.
She said something like there has to be some version of love as well.
Unfortunately.
Literally unfortunately. But like when Tony like speaks, somehow in my mind, he met, and I understand this is not like correct, but like somehow in my mind I felt like he met Chris when Chris was like 15 or whatever. So like when he talked about Chris being a baby, literally, and like you know him since he was that old, the way that you behave towards him with someone that literally, like, yes, they say like you look at him as a kid because like you in a way raised him, you felt that responsibility for him, and the fact that you can act the way that you have been acting is beyond psychopathic to me towards Chris.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's not acting like that just towards Chris. I think he is acting psychopathic towards everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He does not control.
No, the thing is, like, I could tell you that he could kill Chris, and I could tell you that he could not kill AJ. So, like, that's what I mean, how he acts psychopathic. Like, there's a difference to me, and whatever he feels, I would still tell you that he feels more love or whatever towards AJ, you know? Definitely. So, like, in that way, he treats Chris like he was building him up to be at the front lines in front of him to save his own ass. Like a child that you have
I don't know, for Tony that makes sense to me.
No, it does. It's
That's
just
what I
like...
want to say. Like, that is completely not shocking to me because, like, again, he is a psychopath.
He's like, that's
something
incredibly
like
psychopathic.
He is. He has, like, all these characters are in some ways, you know?
Yeah.
Some more, some less.
Yeah.
But, like, he is all about himself. I understand what you mean. He would not kill AJ. I do understand what you mean then. But, like, with AJ, he has a different relationship. He's horrible towards AJ.
Yeah.
Like, the way he's treating AJ is destructive for AJ, you know? Yeah. Just like for Chris, is even worse.
Yeah.
You know? But, like... We have watched the whole show.
Yeah, I know.
With him
it's
treating
just like
him
I cannot,
that way.
like,
and
when
treating
he
other
starts
people
speaking,
that way.
And then I'm like,
and
I don't know, I
crying.
somehow and crying, and like, how...
But, like, he thinks that. That's
how did I raise him? Or not raise him.
No.
But, like, what is this how he sees me? Is that the legacy or whatever? How he wants to portray me?
Yes.
And, like, then he remembers something nice and something good. And Chris doesn't remember that. Of course Chris doesn't remember that. That is not who you are to him.
But, like...
You're the toxic
In my
presence.
opinion, that is why he became who he is. Chris might not remember because Chris was young.
Yeah.
But because of all those things, that was the way how he pulled Chris to look up to him as a father. Because he was his role model when he was a baby.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying baby, it doesn't have to be a baby.
No.
He can be 7 years old. He can be 12, 15. He's still a baby for this business.
Yeah.
And he treated him that way for Chris to look at him as a father and Chris's father died. So he needed a role model like Tony. So like, again, to me, it makes sense. And to me, this is exactly, that's why I said, like, in my opinion, he's such a fascinating character because he truly believes all those things. He believes he was nice to Chris.
Yeah.
He believes that like he did everything for Chris because he loves Chris so much.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
treated him like his own child.
Yeah.
So like he is deeply hurt by the fact that like Chris does not love him.
Yeah.
Even though he manipulated, he was horrible. Like I don't.
It's like he doesn't realize that there is reasons for Chris to hate him.
No, but again, he never looks deep into himself.
Mm-mm.
It's all about him. It's never about
me.
It's never
it's
about...
exactly how Olivia will talk about Tony.
Exactly.
Like you're going to therapies because of me. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I want to say. Like that's why I think it's so fucking fascinating to me because like he truly believes all these things. He's truly moved and hurt by Chris.
Yeah.
And but like it's again all about him.
Yeah.
Like he not for a second would he stop and think, oh, did I do something for Chris? Did I do something to make him hate me? Did I hurt him maybe? No. There was not a point in his life where he would think about those things. It's just about himself and how other people treat him and what other people do for him. Fascinating. Like, I think it would be easier for me to understand if he was pretending. Like Carmela is pretending.
No,
you know?
He legitimately thinks in the words that he says.
That's the thing.
Like he's crying.
He's trying. But he's not pretending that he's trying. He's not pretending.
No.
Those are the things that like he truly believes.
Literally, like Melfi can never get a actual picture of the things happening in Tony's life because Tony lies. Tony has a warped sense of like the reality, and so then Melfi gives Tony more leeway than like maybe you would. Not in this episode, but like there were,
I think, before,
scenes that I was like, he did not, like, when he said like that he stopped himself from sleeping with,
I understand.
Was it Adriana? Yes, he stopped himself, and then she was like, "That's so. I'm very proud of you," or whatever. Someone knocked on the fucking door. He did not stop himself. Like she cannot have a sense at all because like he tells you a warped story that he chooses to believe.
I agree, but I think I do believe that like she manages to see through him in many occasions.
Yeah, I think in every episode you
more
see
and
more that she is. Do you give up on patience? Like, is there a point where you're like, I don't think I can contribute anything?
It's just a matter of time now.
I literally think by the end of the show, she's like, I don't know what to tell you anymore.
I think it's just a matter of time. It's going to be the last episode,
Yeah.
Like, the moment when they go
being like, you refuse to...
I think that has to happen. It's not going to be that, like, he dies.
You go in circles.
I honestly do believe that, like, they're going to go their separate ways and she's going to give up on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but like
that's what it looks
I think
like.
that would be very interesting in my opinion. I just want to say how much I love that. Like both for Chris's, for Tony's, but in my honest opinion for Carmela's character as well. I love character development, even though in this case it's downhill.
Very much downhill.
So but at the same time I do love this storyline for her. Completely showing who she is.
Yeah, I just like you're gonna have to leave it off on something, and I think this is a perfectly valid place to leave it because she had options. She had opportunity to be someone else, to go a different road, and I wanted that for her, and she didn't choose it. And so like this is where we are, and this is who she is, and that's all there is to it. And that scene with Chris and Tony there at the end, that felt, with the music going, that felt so ominous. How they're hugging, and then the look in Chris's eyes, like again hugging Tony, who he hates but also loves but hates, and Tony hugging Chris, who
he doesn't care about.
Legitimately doesn't care about. And like having this in the back of his mind, like even though the guy said that, I wrote this, like Tony saw that there was like a scar, so like he understands what like transpired there. And so like I don't know what he's gonna where the relation with him and Chris is gonna go in these last few episodes.
I think this is gonna be their half of the season, honestly. I think again, yes, we're gonna watch all of them fall down, starting with John in this episode, and the guy, another one who got killed in front of Sylvia. But like we're gonna watch them all go down. But like I just think this half of the season, especially with the ending, is gonna be about Tony and Chris.
Yeah.
And deterioration of their relationship. And at the end, it's gonna end up killing at least Chris. We're gonna see about Tony and where that leaves him. But
I think New York confuses me. Like the guy Doc, one of the guys that's supposed to become maybe head, kills another guy that's supposed to maybe be head, but like they're all made men. Aren't you supposed not to kill a made man? Who gives the all clear to kill a mate? Is it because there's no boss, so now it's like the wild west, and so like you can just kill someone
until we pinpoint somebody
to
in
take
charge,
over,
like to be the boss. It seems like it's all everybody's for themselves,
Yeah.
That's how it seems like. I have no idea, honestly. But Johnny has died in this episode, and like you said, he has died having 3 people, having his family next to his bed, grieving for him and crying for him. And
I mean, it was a difficult scene to watch, like even with
horrible.
that, like him seeing his, like something about it felt so like real, like with him seeing his mother and then like, you know, losing breath, like it really felt like something was happening. And again, it was not a perfect, you know, it was not a perfect environment or whatever, but like let's say he did get to die with people that he loves around him.
I think show wanted to show the difference between that and, let's say, Junior, who has no one around him, because he has not loved anybody. He has not lived by any type of love, you know, like code for something like that, you know. So like I think Johnny gets that because that was
he
the
doesn't get to
kind
like...
of man he was. He doesn't get the happily ever after.
No.
He doesn't get any of that because
No.
like, he was a horrible person at the end of the day who did horrible things, but like he gets his family and the love that like they...
Like he could have gotten a bullet in his head. He didn't, you know.
No.
He got to like say goodbye in a certain way, you know,
and maybe take care in some ways of his wife and like insurance, you know, and all of that. So like I did love that, and in some ways I even loved the story with cigarettes and him taking
some type of control
over his death. I did love that story, honestly.
No, I really like. I have a
even
soft
though it was
spot
horrible
for.
to watch.
It was very difficult to watch, but like I have really a soft spot for John, and so like that made this like a very difficult episode to see, but like ultimately like it feels right.
I agree.
You
I
know,
completely agree.
it feels right, and that's all there is to it. So I really enjoyed that aspect of this episode. Literally, like you, I think now these last few episodes, it's ridiculous. We're playing episode 50 now.
Thank God, no, just like I see just Tony in the picture.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just
nothing.
Tony.
Okay, thank God.
I do think these last few episodes are gonna be really about Tony and Chris and what happens there. And again, I think the New York thing is gonna be a constant background because I think Phil, like, I think the only threat to Tony, if it's not a jail, and I don't think he goes to jail, that doesn't make sense to me. I think the only person that could like take him down, if not Chris, which like I think he takes Chris down, and it doesn't like that's the way this whole show has went. You know, the only person that I can see killing Tony is Phil, because like he has not let go of the death of his brother, you know, and like he never fully got closure with that, and so like I feel like that's the only road that we can take. So maybe Phil takes over being the boss, even though like he's
maybe.
now
Honestly, I have no
doesn't
idea about that.
to.
I really have no idea, but like I thought that during this episode, like how I could maybe see it, but like I honestly have no idea. We're gonna have to wait and see. But like again, I do want to say that like it does feel final. It does.
Now
for
it
the
feels
first time
like
in this
we're
episode,
really...
it feels like we are coming to an end.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys.
Let's see.
We plan to watch now episode 15. So, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.